Katarina and Alexis, thank you so much for joining us. I have to say, Grey's Anatomy's signature show. Talk about the significance of this 20 season milestone.
I mean, it's incredible. I think we're so grateful and honored to be here after 20 years, and clearly it's because the fans are so connected to the show. You know, they're watching the show and they have prioritized it in a way that is wild when their focus could be taken in so many directions. But for some reason, this Thursday night show feels like community and feels like home and feels like some sort of town hall for everybody. And they want to keep joining us week after week to explore their own lives in the context of our lives. And so it's huge that we're hitting 20 years.
20 years and what that celebrates about the intergenerational relationships that have formed kind of through the show, or that have fostered that sort of intimate, emotional, vulnerable connection within family structures, within chosen family. So it's also an opportunity to say a huge thank you to everyone who has stayed on the ship this long and who keeps us coming back. I mean, we would not be here without you being here. So your tuning in means the actual world to us.
What has it been like to be a part of this legendary show and such a widespread fan base?
That's what's wild. I think at this point, especially after the pandemic, I think everybody was in their houses and that was like a real moment where people were like, I'm gonna binge something. And suddenly Grey's became, I think it was like a new surge, and there was a whole new fan base. I think you do go out in the world, and it was a lot of people who were really lonely at that time and going through a lot. And so you go out into the world now, and you feel palpably that people are connected to you in a way that is bigger than just you, and that's bigger than just the show. Like, we impacted them at an intense point in their lives, and they want to tell you about it, and they want to tell you how significant that moment was for them and how significant the show is. And so I think we're just really, it's like a humbling interaction that you usually have with people when they feel the impulse to come and tell you about the impact of the show.
Is there anything you can tease that we will see on this upcoming season?
I really like how much comedy there is in the show this season. I think that that's one of the things that's always made Grey's very dynamic, is that there was always like a really great balance of like you would be laughing and crying within the space of just a few minutes. And we've always had such incredible performers and writers to find that balance. And I think we really are nailing it this year.
I think that's true. And I think one of the ways that we're nailing it is in who we're casting in our guest star spaces, and also those storylines this year feel very centered, feel very interesting and fresh. And I think who we've brought to tell them and how we're telling them are sort of ways that we are offering something kind of new in terms of the energy that this season will have.
Well, Katarina and Alexis, we are so excited for this upcoming season of Grey's Anatomy. Thank you for joining us.